Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. Today we are again going to let the DSP do all the work. We're using the Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper and it is gorgeous. And I'm using the Sending Smiles stamps saying sending and love and big hugs, and then the dies from the sending dies to cut them out. So this is the card, and I've used just a little bit of the trimmed off paper on the inside. This is a petal pink card base with a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of basic white, and then a 5 by 3 3/4 cut of the Designer Series paper. Now this is 6 by 6 paper, so you always end up with just a little bit extra. And what do you do with it? So in this case, we are going to use it to line the inside edge of the card. So I'm just going to run some adhesive down, and you can use this gorgeous side of it with no decoration on it if you want, or you can use the decorated side, and I'm choosing to use the decorated side today. So we're just going to lay that down like that. And we're going to just build the front of the card, but I want to go through the iterations I took to get to the final version. So I'm just going to put the adhesive, just flat mounting this onto the basic white. There we go. And I wanted the basic white as opposed to just putting it right against the petal pink, because I wanted to really frame out and really make the white flowers kind of almost like a resist print pop. So I didn't want the paper to just kind of blend in to the background of the card base. So that's why I matted it in white. So there we go. So I got to here and I thought, okay, I'm going to use my Charming Sentiments, and I'm going to do this in Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to put it on the front. Well, it kind of got lost. It was a little lost. So I said, okay, it needs to be matted. So I took some petal pink and I matted it. And I didn't like it. It still was a little blah. And I'm like, okay. So flowers are kind of round, so maybe we need to do something different. So I did this a little bit better, but still it's a little big. Like, this is really delicate and that. So I thought, I know what to do. I'll take some more of the Designer Series paper and I'll white heat emboss on it and put it down. Really close to the idea, but I was losing too much of the beautiful Designer Series paper. So what I did is I took the sending from the Sending Smiles and I white heat embossed it, and the white heat embossing powder is still available in the catalog. It's in the new catalog, so that's perfect. So I did that, and I cut out the love and big hugs to put down at the bottom, but I wanted to dimensionalize this because when you put it down flat like this, it just kind of blends into the background, whereas when it's dimensionalized, you can see it just a little bit better. I don't know if the picture does it justice, but so after I'd cut this out on Designer Series paper, I went and I used the sending die again, and I cut it out on basic white, and then I adhered my embossed greeting onto the basic white. Now you can tell it's not absolutely perfect, but it's okay because the white just kind of shadows it. So it's firm enough that I can put some dimensionals on the back to pop it out from the page itself. I love this Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper. I use it a lot. It's one of the go-tos. All of the Designer Series paper I had retired with the new catalog coming out. I do have a couple of the new Designer Series paper, but don't want to be using them all the time. So this Hello Irresistible is really good. It's so pretty. So this is just flat mounted, love and big hugs right down at the bottom, kind of to match the depth of the border. And we just pop that down, and then we're going to add the dimensionalized sending on here. Now, if I had been thinking ahead, I would have done this all in one step. I would have used adhesive sheets, and I would have put the piece of Designer Series paper right on my basic white. This is the paper that I used. I would have put it directly on the basic white, and then done everything so that I didn't have to glue it afterwards, but this worked out just fine. I'm putting this on a bit of an angle like that, and there we've got a really, really pretty, really soft Sending Love and Big Hugs card with just that little bit of accent inside. And just to kind of, I don't know if it'll work with this, but if I do this, you see how it kind of just disappears off into the, or maybe this way would be better. If I do this, the paper sort of just disappears off into the background. But when you do the mat it around, it just pops. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you give this card a try because it's really gorgeous. So let's create together again soon.